Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Abdurrahman Imad, a software developer from Egypt, interested in Islamic applications for 7 years, and I am here at Iman conference in behalf of a team consists of me, Amgad and Shadi, and let me discuss the research project. Thanks. I will begin with two entry points that abstract the idea. The first point is biography for entities which are projected into Prophet Muhammad's biography consists of the events, and here we have 350 events, the times, the places, and here we have 500 places, the participants, and here we have 1600 participants. The connectivity between the entities here demonstrate that we could crawl between the entities and go from this node to the another node and vice versa. The second point is the map and its layers, which is the most interesting feature in the project. The map here consists of 15 layers with 16,500 styles distributed between the layers. The first layer display the world map, the last layer display the details of Mecca and Medina city. So in order to match the topography of 14th century ago, we modify the tiles, and for example we renamed the seas with the old names, added the removed mountains, old cities, and for the region cultures we allocated the idols, tribes, and old market rallies. Now I am going to demo the applications, and this is the 4 outline points. The first one is the map, the second one is the events and its categorizations and the time bar, the third one is the event details and its animations and the participants, in addition to participant details. At the end I will statement what is the next for this idea. This is the application and this is the first look. Here we have a map and here we have a time bar, going to explain it later. Those seas has their old names, and those pinned locations are the locations of the religions before the Islam. If we zoom in, the next layer going to be rendered, and if we zoom in again, more details going to be displayed, and the Mecca and Medina city are shown here. So if we going to this layer, we are seeing the idols here and the places figures here surrounding Mecca city, and if we go again, the market rallies going to be displayed, and here we have the tribes of the Mecca city, and the famous one are the Quraysh, where is located at Mecca city, where the Prophet Muhammad was born. And here we have the Mecca city surrounded by mountains which are redrawn and added to the maps. Here we are going to the last layer, and the houses of the Mecca city going to be displayed, and this is the Dar al-Arqam and Dar al-Nadwa and Dar al-Abbas and Abdul Muttalib, the uncle of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Let's move to Medina city by clicking here. Here is the Medina city, and as we see, the rivers here are redrawn and added to the maps. The forts here are allocated, and if we zoom in, more details going to be displayed, and those are the houses of the Medina, and this is the Medina Mosque and this is the Al-Baqiyah, one of the famous figures here. Let's go to the second point of the demo by zooming out, going to the first layer. Here we have a time bar demonstrating the lifetime of Prophet Muhammad's biography along 63 years, divided into 3 intervals. The first interval along 40 years from his birth to his prophecy, the second year from his prophecy to his immigration along 12 years, the third year is from his immigration to his death along 11 years. If we expand here, a timeline carrying the events are going to be displayed as I hover each item here. It is reflected on the map. The image categorization here covering the migrations, delegations, miracles, marriages, battles, campaigns, and so on until Quranic inspirations from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Back to the timeline. As we noticed here, the events are categorized by Prophet Muhammad's birth years, and if we seek to the end of the second interval, going to the Prophet Muhammad's immigration from Mecca to Medina, and going to the third point of the demo by explaining the event details. This is the event screen, and here we could read the story of the events, and here we could animate the event on the screen, taking the right position. This is the path from Mecca and Medina, the usual path, and this green line is the path that Prophet Muhammad and his companion take it, avoiding unbelievers from catching them. Let's go to another event. One of the famous battles is Badr battle. Let's go to the details of the events. Here we could animate the Badr event on the map. The Muslims army comes from the north and the unbelievers army comes from the south, and they meet each other here, and the Muslims with Prophet Muhammad's leading is victorious. We could list the event participants from here, and each participant has a card with his nickname, profession, and as we see we have 468 participants. We could filter them to see who were killed at these events from Muslims called Shuhada. And if we back to the all participants and select these participants, going to his biography and read his biography from a set of well-known historical biography resources. We could also see the participants' events, those are the events that these participants participated on. At the end, I hope to project this idea into a business line, web and mobile application for serving the researchers and the normal users. Thank you all the audience. Thank you for the organization of this conference, Unitech, and thank you for the shares of this session, Dr. Yemd Hakim and Dr. Ala Abu Sabra. Assalamu alaikum.